zu sein a Yid. It's hard to be a Jew. We have so many obligations, and Tikkun Olam is one of those major obligations that we have. It means repair of the world, but to me, to repair the world is to change someone's life and to make their life better in some way. And to me, Tikkun Olam is everything. I think I go to sleep dreaming about it, I wake up, I eat lunch. Everything I do is surrounded by Tikkun Olam because everything we do can be impacted by making a difference in the lives of others. And let me go back and start at the beginning. My parents were Holocaust survivors. They were brought to America after enduring tremendous hardships by an organization called HIAS, the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society. And they did a great job getting my parents here, and they sent them to Jacksonville, Florida. So my parents, that's a picture of them at their DP camp. My parents were the beneficiaries of Tikkun Olam and of an organization who helped them. And we're still friends with many of the people today that helped them during those times. And so we understand this concept very, very well because our family had to be recipients. And today we can return the gifts of Tikkun Olam and changing lives. And I think that's critically important for people to know. And it was great that I was in Jacksonville, Florida, because when I went to Hebrew school, my teachers were the Zuckers, Leon and Zipporah Zucker, the parents of my future husband, Jerry Zucker. And they introduced us. And I will tell you that I have to give our families the credit for teaching us to make family and faith so critically important in our lives. And of course, with faith, I learned it from both sets of families. Mine, that's what got my parents through the Holocaust, and Jerry's, who were also survivors but founders of Israel. So we have an incredible background for our family, and I think my children are really lucky to be the beneficiaries of that. And you know, life happens. Things change, things you never expect to happen in your life. And for me, the greatest loss, the loss of my husband, who was incredible. He was taken away from us 5.5 years ago, and that meant I had to change. My life had to become completely different. Jerry had created this incredible legacy of Tikkun Olam, so we just had to continue it and carry it forward, myself and my family. So I was dropped into a leadership role I never thought I would find myself. And I became the CEO of our company and the leader of our family. And thank God for a wonderful team and wonderful support from community members, and somehow I'm here, and we keep on going, and we keep on growing, and we keep doing the kinds of things that I know Jerry Zucker is smiling down on us and knowing that we're okay, we can do it. And so the one thing that I did was, right before he passed away, I had done some studying and preparing because I knew. I went out in the community on a regular basis and gave talks to college students in a business leadership class. And this time my talk was different. I had learned about the 3 Ps: the people, the profits, and the planet. And these 3 Ps were very important to me. I took them into a different direction than many of the leadership professors talk about. To me, we work with people. They're very, very important in our lives. We can't do anything without people. The people that work with us, the people that work for us, that run our businesses with us, they help us make the profits. The profits allow us to take care of those people while at the same time taking care of the people in the world that need us, that need our help, and that can't survive without people like us who are constantly making a difference. And I think that's really important to know. So then I took that concept and I brought it into the leadership of our company, and our team, we had to get together and do strategic planning. They liked it, they fully embraced it, and that really made me happy. So Tikkun Olam became a guiding principle along with our 3 Ps, of course. So we created a mission, we created a vision. We have amazing values that we've created, and some of the main values that we use every day to guide us are honesty, integrity, ethics, loyalty, caring and compassion. we use those ethics along with Tikkun Olam to guide us through the world of work as well as the world of life. And they're really important. So if we have to make a human resource issue or decision that changes someone's life, we're very careful about how we go about it. We allow our values to guide us. We try to be as caring and compassionate as we can when we have to change lives. And sometimes that's what happens because in the world of work, you must go through change. And then when it comes to making deals, it's our corporate values and the ability for Tikkun Olam that drive our decision making. And recently, we had this opportunity to look at a deal. The deal came to us, it would have been extremely lucrative, and that's wonderful, but we would have had to take on a partner. And the partner's communications began to be very, very difficult to deal with. And honestly, when I look back at the values that we have, did this person's values align with our values? And the answer was no. And so sometimes the bottom line and dollar signs are not the only thing that drive our business and drive our ability to continue the work of Tikkun Olam. So we passed up on the deal. Things happen. So then we went on, and we are finding ways continuously to integrate Tikkun Olam into what we do. And as a company, we do a lot with community service. And community service is a really critical part of any company. All of you know that. Using our time, our talent, and our treasure. We all have time. We can all make time if we need to. And we all have the ability to provide some sort of talent to the cause. We can bring what we know and what would make a difference. They don't cost anything. Treasure, yes, treasure costs something. And we bring that treasure when we need to as well, but you can do so much without it. And let me give you some examples of how we use our time, our talent, and then our treasure. So as a company, we'll get together and we'll take a day off here and there and shut down and go do community service. And several of the years, we've gone to our local food bank to do community service. Our family made a decision to support a new kitchen for our food bank. And that kitchen feeds people. It feeds children. It feeds their mind, their bodies, and allows their souls to be fed because they're not hungry. Within that kitchen, on the doors, it says Tikkun Olam, both in Hebrew and in English. So how wonderful was that they heard us and they listened and they put that there. And now they train people as well. And so now we provided a job to one of the graduates of the food bank's food kitchen and culinary program. And that to me was very special. And another way you can implement it within your own family is once upon a time, we allowed our children to bid on auction items. They called into a TV station and we said, buy anything you want within reason, toys, televisions, bicycles, and they did, and they were very successful in their bidding. And so we had to go rent a van, they were so successful, and we go to the TV station with the 3 kids, and we pick up all the items, and they are just filling this van incredibly full. And we put the kids back in the car, in the van, and we just take them on the road, and we said, we're not going home. We're going to an orphanage. These toys are not for you. You are going to get the privilege of giving them to needy children. And when they got there, they were shocked that we would do that, but at the same time, their eyes lit up when they saw how these children had to live and when they saw the impact that they made on their lives. Okay, it took their time and their talent, took our treasure to make it happen, but what a great opportunity for our children to never forget Tikkun Olam and what it means. And Anne Frank has an incredible quote, how wonderful it is that nobody need wait to make a difference in the world, to improve the world. And I want to leave you with this. Asmaville, McKen Iber, Karen de ganze Welt. If we want, we can turn over the whole world. And I challenge each of you to join me in Tikkun Olam. I'm in that business. I want you to join me in the business of Tikkun Olam, and we too can turn over the world and make lives so much better. Thank you.